Ah yes, the cat's dick. Truly one of nature's most horrifying creations. On the surface, literally, it's a short, slim organ, about 1 to 2 centimeters long. But don't let the size fool you, this thing can still deliver some pain. What makes the cat's dick infamous is its nightmare-inducing design choice of covering it with backward-facing barbs. These barbs, made of keratin, the same material in your fingernails, aren't soft or forgiving. They're stiff, sharp, and as welcoming as a bed of thumbtacks. When the male cat withdraws, those barbs drag along walls of the female's vagina like a rusty rake being yanked through a silk curtain. And the scraping isn't just uncomfortable, it's absolute agony for the female. The barbs actively tear at delicate mucous membranes inside her reproductive tract. It's not a gentle exfoliation, it's a full-blown biological assault. The barbs grip and scrape in a way that ensures that she can't wiggle free, even if she desperately tries to escape. Think of it as nature's way of locking her into the process, whether she consents or not. But the funny thing is, that pain? Yeah, it serves a purpose. Cats are induced ovulators, meaning the female's body only releases eggs in response to extreme physical stimulation. And by stimulation, I mean pure unfiltered torment. Like cats really be on that handcuffs, pain, and bell freak shit. And they have an excuse. I can't say the same for us. And I know some freaked out motherfucker watching this rubbing his hands like Birdman taking notes, but this ain't about us. The scraping triggers a surge of hormones that forces her to ovulate, ensuring that the male's efforts lead to pregnancy. It's like evolution looked at the idea of mutual consent and said, nah, pain will do. The aftermath isn't pretty either. The female's insides? Absolutely wrecked. Her reproductive tract is often left inflamed, with micro tears along the vaginal walls that might as well be nature's version of road rash. And it doesn't stop there. She's not just dealing with this once. Oh no. During her heat cycle, she's out there getting dragged through the trenches multiple times a day. Imagine enduring that level of trauma on repeat. Some queens end up so swollen that they can barely walk without looking like they've been through a bar fight and lost. And for feral cats, it's a whole different level of brutal. These queens might go through a full lineup of males, one after the other, turning their heat cycle into a straight up biological Royal Rumble. The result? Sky-high risk of infections, permanent scarring, and long-term damage and therapy bills. And speaking of therapy bills, have you ever seen a cat do this? That was a cat essentially reenacting The Exorcist, but with a budget cut, no spinning heads, and just a disgusting wad of biological horror. The hairball. Hairballs aren't just fur. Oh no. They're basically your cat's autobiography and gross. Every time a cat grooms itself, it's swallowing way more than just loose hair. Think of it as a disgusting buffet. Dirt, dead skin, and whatever mystery crumbs they picked up from their favorite hiding spots. And the worst part? Mixed in with all that nastiness are often tiny particles from the litter box. That's right, microscopic traces of poop might be hiding in that slimy mess. Cats are basically furry Roombas with zero discretion, vacuuming up their surroundings and turning it into a compact little horror show when their body's evicted. But how does this eviction notice get served? It all comes down to biology. Unlike humans, cats lack the enzymes to break down keratin, the protein that makes up their fur. Instead, that fur gets tangled up with other nasties in their stomach, like partially digested food, mucus, and bile, forming what's essentially a sticky, gross fur burrito. And when the clump gets too big, the stomach muscles kick into action, trying to push it out the only way they can: reverse gear. The process starts with those deep guttural gagging sounds that make your cat look like it's auditioning for a horror movie. The diaphragm contracts, creating a powerful retching motion that forces the hairball up through their esophagus. The full ball scrapes its way out, leaving behind a trail of bile and mucus to lube the journey. And consider yourself lucky, it's just a hairball. If the hairball irritates their throat or stomach enough, you can expect vomiting to join the party. So now you're looking at a delightful mix of fur, mucus, bile, and maybe even traces of fecal matter, all neatly delivered to your bed, or some equally inconvenient spot. Like, some people be acting like cats are the most cleanest pets out there because they lick themselves. Like, get real. First off, butt licking. Cats are back there putting in overtime cleaning their anuses like I clean out my history. And when they're done, that same tongue moves on to everything else. paws, fur, and yep, their sweet little faces that probably kiss without a second thought. At this point, their tongue is basically a poop-coated paintbrush. And let's not act like humans are innocent here. Some of y'all are eating ass too. But at least you, hopefully, don't follow it up by licking your own arm or kissing someone for that matter. And don't even get me started on their injury care. If a cat has a scratch or an open wound, licking it is their go-to solution. Their tongues, which are covered in tiny sandpaper-like hooks, don't heal anything. They just rip it right back open. It's like trying to clean a cut with a cheese grater. What happens next? The wound stays raw and irritated, sometimes turning into nasty infected sores called lick granulomas. So yeah, cats are basically turning their minor injuries into medical emergencies all on their own. Now if you got more than one cat, things get even messier. Cats love grooming each other, which sounds adorable until you realize what's happening. One cat licks another butt or genitals and then, without missing a beat, goes straight for their buddy's face like it's a free-for-all. It's not just gross, it's a full-on bacterial exchange program. And similar to dogs, they're ecosystem killers. But unlike dogs, these little murder machines are engineered for destruction. Sure, some dogs might chase a squirrel or snag the occasional rabbit, but cats? Cats are taking things to a whole new level. We're talking 1.3 to 4 billion birds and 6.3 to 22.3 billion mammals getting murked every single year level. And let's address the "my cat wouldn't hurt anything" crowd. Look, even the most pampered house cat will still take out a bird or a mouse if it crosses their path. Well-fed cats kill for sport, not for survival. Studies prove it. They don't need the food, they just enjoy the chase and the kill. It's instinct, it's in their DNA. They're basically adorable bite-sized serial killers with whiskers. Now, when cats hit islands, the destructions get cranked to 11. Islands are packed with species that evolved without natural predators, so they don't stand a chance. Cats have been directly linked to the extinction of at least 63 species worldwide. Birds that can't fly? Wiped out. Small mammals that aren't fast enough? Gone. Lizards? You better believe they're toast. Cats on islands are like dropping a predator in a petting zoo. It's just a massacre waiting to happen. And you wanna know what's worse than all of this? They're just fucking manipulative jerks.
No.
And for all my cat lovers, it's all jokes. This is actually my favorite animal.